What's up, heroes?
And villains of Innsweek,
It is Take It Out of the Box Tuesday.
where we take things out of the box just for you.
There you go. And we're going to Gravehold.
Ooh-wee! Can't wait.
What's up, guys? I'm Michael.
And I am Zach.
There you go.
Yep. There
That
you
is
go.
our knife.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are opening up Aeons End. This is the second edition. I don't know what the difference is between the first edition of the game or the second edition.
Doesn't matter. Both are great.
Well, I know. There are also expansions to this game.
Really?
I don't know if there's just one or if there's two, like standalone expansions. There's also, the reason we have this game is because Aeons End Legacy, we've been a huge, me and my house,
Yeah.
have been a huge fan of like Pandemic Legacy and Betrayal Legacy we're playing right now, Werewolf Legacy we're playing right now. And so Aeons End Legacy, I didn't know what it was. So I looked up into Aeons End, and Aeons End is a deck builder.
But not just any deck builder.
It is a different type of deck builder, but here at BGC, we heart deck builders.
Love deck builders.
That's going to be a t-shirt. I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
It's going to be sweet.
Unpopular opinion, we love deck builders.
It's true. I mean, Ascension, Arctic Scavengers,
The old Resident Evil game.
Clank, Resident Evil,
Dominion.
there's one more, Xenoshift.
Oh, yeah.
All of these are types of different deck builders.
Attack on Titan. Yeah.
But nothing is like this one. So I'll talk about it since I know about the game and you don't.
I don't know much.
But I'll let you see things and I'll let you show things off.
What are these?
One of those is a rule book and one of those is a...
Stop sign. Before opening any of the decks of cards, please read this sheet.
We're going to open up cards.
That might be important.
So we just won't shuffle stuff up and mix it up.
Yeah, because you don't do that. This book is really thick, though.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of information.
There's a lot involved, but it's really not that hard, I don't think.
Why do none of the enemies have eyes printed on them?
I don't know.
Like, none of them have eyes.
Oh, none of
So
them.
creepy.
I don't. So anyway, this is your token sheet that has life tokens. It has power tokens. It has strike tokens. Player order tokens.
I found out why the enemies don't have eyes. If you see this guy, he took all their eyes.
Oh.
Yes. He has them all. Okay, that's bad. I'm tired.
Right. So.
Ooh, these look really cool. Oh.
There isn't a ton of storage.
Okay, so check that out. And the cool thing are these, you say these are monster tokens?
Oh, man.
These tokens actually, get that in the light, change when you flip them to a different image there, which is neat. Neat party trick.
Alright, so real quick. Aeons End, I almost said Aeons Edge, I don't know, is a deck builder pretty much traditionally. You start with a hand of cards, you have a deck, and as you're playing, you're buying cards and adding them to your deck. That's pretty much straightforward. The difference, and the biggest difference between Aeons End and any other deck builder, is that you don't shuffle your cards. And so everything that you play that goes to your discard pile ultimately gets flipped back over, face down, and you start playing with the exact same stuff in the same order that you discarded it.
That sounds like a nice challenge.
There's very much a lot of deck management. I think you can do different things that might shuffle your discard pile before you have to flip it. But for the most part, you're not going to.
That's kind of cool.
Something different as well. This is the Nemesis Life Tracker. So you're going to cooperatively fight big giant bosses known as Nemesis.
Doesn't have any eyes, because the dude stole them.
And you are part of what is left of the world, known as Gravehold, and this is a Gravehold life counter.
Ooh. This doesn't look as cool as the other one. It looks like it's like a city. It almost looks like a circuit board from a distance. But what is kind of neat about these trackers is they have like a fake wood finish to the back of them. That's pretty cool.
And
I really like this style of like trackers, like point trackers.
Yeah, I do too. these are the multiple different player cards you can be.
Oh, jeez, those are huge.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different players you can be. Each player has a specific starting hand and a specific starting deck.
These are thick.
So.
Oh, cool, and they have a little backstory on the characters.
Yeah,
right?
So everything's going to be a little bit customizable, so you can always play with something different. The game is
check out this guy.
Up to 4 players. I think it's 1 to 4 players. Takes about 60 minutes, depending on your skill level. If you get really intense deck building games, it might take longer.
Yeah. So far, I really like the art of this game. It's pretty cool.
And
I might say that a lot, but there are some games that just have terrible art. Like, props for trying, but some of them just are terrible. Like, I can't draw, but I feel like I could do comparable in those situations, and that's not good.
Wow. So next are our Nemesis cards. These are your bosses that you're fighting cooperatively, taking down. Ooh. They're ultimately trying to fight back at you and beat you down and ultimately destroy Gravehold, which is what's left of the world after the apocalypse is out.
Just like the characters. Wait, does that even have words on it? No.
I don't know what the husk.
That's the husk tracker.
I don't know what that is.
It's for something. But what is cool is just like the characters, they all have their own all these bosses or nemesis have their own little story there. There's only a handful of them, unlike the characters. Still, it's enough to keep the game different, keep it nice, keep it replaying.
And these are breach tokens. Each player is going to have 4 breach tokens, level 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, wow.
And depending on the character, some breaches are open, some breaches are closed. And what happens is you'll have spell cards, and your spell cards you play on the breach. So like you're using the breaches to attack the monsters. So you'll prepare a spell on the breach, and then your next turn, any spells you have on breaches will get cast. If they're on open breaches, you can choose whether or not to cast it, but if they're on closed breaches, they have to be casted. So sometimes some of the spells have effects that allow you to gain benefits by leaving it prepped on an open breach.
Yeah, some of these, they tell you like, hey, like do this or do that for the breach, and then if you close them, they have this neat.
They start closed and you open them.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Why they have all these different numbers on them. There's a bunch of these, and they're like the cards. They're really thick, so for sure they're pretty durable.
Okay. So nice. These 3 decks I'm not going to open.
They have giant stop signs.
They have giant stop signs on both sides. Do not shuffle this deck. Refer to the first game sheet. It says that on all 3 of these. So I actually don't know what cards are in here. I would assume they're probably some player cards, different things, but it's probably just a setup. I've never played this game, so I don't want to mess this up. That might ruin it when we're trying to learn.
Or if you're trying to learn, if you've never heard of this game and you see these, that's not something you want spoiled, right?
Yeah. But we will open something else.
All 3 of these decks are like different sizes. Oh, they're not like, okay.
Right. Like,
I thought it would be biggest to smallest, but that is not how they go.
No, like I said, I don't actually
got a lot of color in it.
I don't actually know what's in them.
That's a bummer, but someone will find out somewhere. 2nd edition, I'm sure a bunch of people
know. So these are the Nemesis cards. I know what these are. These are some Nemesis cards for the Crooked Mask and Prince of Glutton Nemesis monsters.
Did this come with a foam block inside of it?
It came with this.
Foam blocks.
Two little foam things. There's a ton of space. There's actually a ton of space in this box, which is kind of a bummer because there's not a lot of cards. Once these cards are open, they're just going to shuffle around in the box, which is kind of disappointing. I'm hoping like the expansions maybe add something like that into the box to where we can look whatever.
Yeah, and these cards are pretty thick. They'll last you a while. I don't think they're indestructible, but they are durable. They have pretty cool back to them. It says Aeons End. I can never get that light right. And some good old monster. And it looks like some moves that they that your Nemesis does. I think there's some other cards in there with art. It's not solid green. Oh wow, they're the backs of those cards, the action cards. I'm assuming the Nemesis action cards actually have a different.
Yeah,
back to
the Nemesis ones are different, a little bit different.
They have a really cool back to them. Actually, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I think that makes me want to beat up one of the Nemesis, get the card back. What else we got?
Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm going through. So, in this game, like I said, you can look through that.
I can look through this, but not you guys.
In the game, you have a board of items, gems, spells, relics that you will buy, that you'll add to your deck to increase it. What that is, what you're holding, is one copy of every single one that's in the game. So that way, you can set up a type of a random... Don't even pick it up. So you can set up a type of a random inventory for the game. So each game that you play might have an inventory set up in the rulebook, like a scenario that has specific items.
Mm-hmm.
But this way you can do this and you can randomize what gems you have, what relics you have, what spells you have.
That's pretty cool.
These are spell cards. Spell cards, as I said before, are the cards that you're going to pretty much cast into the breaches that's going to attack the monster that you're fighting.
Yeah, that's a nice and thick stack there. Obviously, because you got multiple copies of a lot of these cards.
The next set of cards are gem cards. Gem cards are what gain you ether, which is your currency to then buy more gem cards or more spells or more relics, things like that.
It's pretty cool.
And then, as I just said, those are some spell cards. As I just said, relic cards. Relic cards are kind of like your do this to do something else type of a card. You play them during your main phase. For example, Bottled Vortex. Destroy this, destroy up to 2 cards in your hand, or discard pile, and draw a card. When a card is destroyed, it's removed from the game. So kind of like Ascension style, where you would get rid of stuff and send it to the void. So that way you would have more stuff to draw so you could get what you want.
Yeah, like I said, this game has really cool art to it. I'm kind of pumped to try this out. Ooh, some of these monsters are real creepy looking. That dude is just like a giant mouth with a head and arms. What?
And then these are more cards that are basic cards and more Nemesis attack cards. Maggot Engine. That's disgusting looking.
Sounds like a good sandwich. Ooh, looks disgusting. Like a good sandwich.
So then what I know, in these decks, which we're not seeing here, there are player cards. So you can shuffle and randomize player order. Mm-hmm. So every round, you don't go just around the table. You flip a card over, it says player 1 goes first. You flip the next card over, it says a Nemesis attacks. Flip the next one, player 4 goes. And then you shuffle those and you keep doing that every round.
That's pretty cool.
Like I said, I think there are other Nemesis creatures in here, and there are probably more spells, and all your starting hands and stuff are in these decks as well. Again, I don't want to open these up simply because
they have stop signs. We obey the law.
There you go. So guys, that is it for our box opening. There's nothing else. Oh, I forgot.
Rewind.
I moved these to the sides because I was showing the cards before. These are just
like placeholders.
Like put them in the box and put your cards in there.
Oh, like dividers.
That's all.
Oh, I was thinking placeholders for when you put them on the table.
Which is nice. Like, I love when games do this. They add these, but then there's so much space, and they don't give you the foam blocks you want to be able to separate stuff and then keep it all concise. So there's a lot of stuff happening there that's just
all these cards are just gonna go everywhere. I mean, like the one side you might be able to squeeze them all together using the foam block.
I have some other foam that I can use.
So these are pretty cool. Oh, it even says the randomizers.
Yeah, that's the gray cards. What's that?
It was something else is a starter.
Oh, starter! You have starter cards.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Same on both sides.
So that is it for our box opening now. that is everything that we've opened up, except, like I said, these 3 decks. So, if you guys like our box opening videos, please leave a like and a share and subscribe.
Don't forget to hit that bell icon, and like he said, subscribe and tell everyone about us.
There you go. And real quick, I want to direct you guys towards Lance at Learn to Play, and I'll leave a link in the description of how to play Aeon's End. He did a really good video that was kind of just laid everything out, taught you how to play. It was really nice. So I found it today, like Aeon's End, and I found his channel. So I sent him a message and told him I'd give a shout out. So go over there and check his channel out and learn how to play Aeon's End. Because I think his was from about a year ago. I don't know how long this game's been out.
And then we'll sit here and be jealous because we haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hopefully by the time you see this we have. But
alright guys, that is it. You guys can follow us on Instagram. You guys can follow us on Facebook. And Twitter we don't really use.
Unfortunately.
So, that's about it. Alright guys, thanks so much. And remember, it's all in the box.
This time, it's at the Aeons End.